What deserves fear? Well, here we go. We're off again. We've done it. Job done. Fantastic. I've got a predicted 20 knot northwesterly ahead of me. Hopefully I can just whip across in double quick time and get there about 9 or 10. Nice safe mooring somewhere, Ship's Cove or something like that, I think. Still looking pretty spectacular at the moment though. Oh, so satisfying. Job done. Here's a couple of pictures that I took from space myself from the satellites. If you're interested, there's a link up on the top right there that'll show you how I managed to get these from the boat. But what I want to tell you about is Cook Strait. And so Cook Strait, there it is there. That's a photograph from the International Space Station, one of the famous ones as they went over Cook Strait. But my favourite one is this one because you can clearly see the world is flat. But what a beautiful shot that is. So what I wanted to say was the sea comes rushing in forwards back between these two islands in the middle of the South Pacific. And there's all of these underground caverns and ridges. Here's a good look at the ridges. This one's a Niwa one. Clearly shows the change in elevation of the sea from the east coast to the west coast going through that tiny little gap. As you can imagine, it's pretty dynamic. And what this episode is about is Cook Strait. So a little bit of history about Cook Strait. Cook Strait, also known as Te Moana Aurakawa, is the strait that separates the North and South Islands of New Zealand. It connects the Tasman Sea with the northwest of the South Pacific Ocean to the southeast, and it runs next to the capital city of Wellington. It is 22 kilometres wide at its narrowest point, and is considered one of the most dangerous and unpredictable waters in the world. It was named after James Cook, who sailed through it in 1770, but to the Maoris it was Te Moana a Raukawa, and Raukawa means bitter leaves. And the most important thing, of course, is the tides. The waters of Cook Strait are dominated by strong tidal flows. The tidal flow through Cook Strait is unusual in that the tidal elevation at the ends of the strait are almost exactly out of phase with one another. So high water at one side meets low water at the other. And in actual fact, it's dead flat with no current right in the middle. It's really weird. Strange currents result with the result of zero tidal height change at the centre, as I said, although the tidal surge should flow in one direction for 6 hours and then reverse direction the other 6 hours. A particular surge might last 8 or 10 hours, with the reverse surge unenfeebled. That's an interesting word, isn't it? Unenfeebled. It's especially boisterous weather conditions. The reverse surge can be negated and the flow can remain in the same direction through 3 surge periods or longer. So basically what this is saying is it's really unpredictable and you never know what the hell's going on, and it's different kind of everywhere. But they're getting pretty good at it these days, but it's still, you just never know what's going to happen. Furthermore, there's these submarine ridges that go through, they're running through the coast, and that can create unusual flow and turbulence. And like there's deep holes out there, 2,800 meters deep. And at some places it'll go from about 2,800 meters to 300 meters over the course of 20 miles. And so these canyons under there, I mean, once you start looking underneath, it's an incredible looking place. Where I am, however, is I'm in near Fisherman's Rock in the middle, and in this place it's going from 300 meters to 9.4 meters in about 100 meters, and it creates some wicked flows. Join me now. Anyway, let's go and have a look. Hopefully you can hear me over the hum of the engine. Situation's changed a little bit, pretty quickly actually, because as soon as I put my foresail out, the little rip that was in the middle that I repaired as soon as I got on the boat has torn open, so I'm going to need to redo that. So I can't put my foresail out. I've just got a tiny little bit out, just up to the actual cut, so the cut's wrapped around the forestay, so it's not going to get any worse. And of course I've got a reefed main in, because the wind could get up to 20 knots. But it's a usual Cook Strait story. It's really confused. I'm going through the area of whirlpools, but it's so rough you can't actually see the whirlpools. But the sea state is just incredibly confused, and every now and then we porpoise through a wave, and there's huge clumps of bull kelp floating around. It's really exciting. A couple of container ships passing through ahead of me. Saw one come this way, and then when I went to check where it was, there was another one coming the other way a bit later. I'll see if you can get a feel for, probably can't because of the wide angle lens, but check this out. Here's a bit of that bull kelp I was talking about. It's a little bit scary in that all of these waves and all this kelp kind of makes me think there's rocks about. But not according to my chart. My navman and the one downstairs both say we're in safe water, so hopefully that remains true. So I've got a little bit of reduced sail area, but I'm, oh, it's a dolphin! It is a dolphin! have to forgive me for not going out the front and filming the dolphins. It's pretty horrific out there, eh? The reason I'm running the engine is because I am going to get there in the dark, and I don't want it to be too dark, so I want to be doing a reasonable speed. So because I can't put all my sail out, I'm motor sailing. Dolphins are still with me though. It's actually a wonderful example of why I like, or one of the great aspects of Taranto is, or this type of boat at the Lotus 9.2, is when you get in these really confused lumpy seas, it just lifts right up out of the water, handles it beautifully. Really impressed. More kelp. And still the dolphins are with me. Yeah, they're still there. I'd love to get out the front and show you these dolphins, but I got my jeans on rather than my shorts and I get soaked. Can you hear me? See that ship up there too. Oh mate! Woohoo! There's a whirlpool just here, look. This is mental. Shit! Strait is crazy ass. Crazy. It's like normal rules do not apply to the sea state. It's just incredible. It's exhilarating, I tell you. It's exciting. Oh well, enough of this. I better focus on what I'm doing, eh? This is crazy.